welcome everybody. As you're coming on, we're just going to give it a couple minutes to make sure everybody can join us live.
Sounds good.
And I'm sitting here watching the counter go up for all of you who are joining us live. So thank you so much for taking the time. We're going to get started in just a minute. All right. Well, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for those of you who are taking the time to join us live as the Arthritis Foundation to talk about movement with arthritis. I'm joined by some colleagues tonight, and we're going to give you some information that's going to empower you to add more movement into your lives. And Asia, would you please advance the slide for us? What we're doing tonight, just to orient to our room, as attendees, you've been muted so that we can have a great quality recording, which will be available to you on the Arthritis Foundation YouTube channel, as well as on our website under the webinars. The Q&A, which is on the bottom right of your screen, is available to you to type questions in. And as the moderator, I'll be moderating those for everybody. Please make sure that you fill out our post-event survey. It really helps us know what kind of information you need so that we can continue to provide programming that is of service to you. Asia, can you hit the next slide? Our learning objectives for this evening. What do we hope that you will get out of this? We really want you to have an understanding of how exercise can help your arthritis. We're going to explore some different exercise types. We want you to feel capable in finding a local exercise program near you that's going to fit your own fitness plan. That's the most important thing, so that you're feeling empowered for your exercise goals. And next slide, please, Asia. Myself, who's talking to you this evening. Hello, everybody. My name is Christa Fairbrother. I am an aqua yoga coach and trainer and aquatic therapist who lives in Florida. I've written a book about water yoga to help more people who live with arthritis understand the benefits of water yoga, and I help train professionals in your community so that you can access water yoga. Most importantly, why I have been asked to moderate is I am a person who lives with multiple forms of arthritis myself, so I can really bridge the gap between fitness professionals and those of us who live with arthritis. Next slide, please, Asia. And who is here tonight? So I introduced myself. We're also being joined by the Fit and Strong program, Active Living Every Day, Enhanced Fitness, and the Tai Chi for Health Institute. So we have a great diversity of speakers for you tonight. Some additional resources after this webinar. If you're looking for more, please visit the Arthritis Foundation website. We have some general health and wellness information. We have a whole suite of webinars that we've done for you. There's the podcast and, of course, the Yes tool, which is an amazing bank of fitness videos that you can access anywhere to help you get more movement in your life. And of course, we are staying in our scope of practice tonight. So we are here for educational and informational purposes. It's really important that before you start any exercise program that you check in with your healthcare provider who can help you customize a program that is best for you. So move better and hurt less. What are some of the basics about exercise and arthritis? Next slide, Asia. So why movement matters. You might have heard the expression, motion is lotion. So by moving, we keep joints moving, right? We get that lubrication. It's easier to move. Research has shown that there is a big inflammatory component to arthritis. So we want that reduction in inflammation that we can get from movement. When we have joint damage, what do we have to support us? We need strong muscles because those support weak joints. And so movement helps us increase our muscular strength. And then, of course, it boosts our overall health. Motion, small steps, big impact. So this really goes with the Arthritis Foundation's motto of we are champions of yes. So we are all about the yes and why we are here tonight. So even small amounts of movement. So as presenters, we don't actually get to see you, but I know that means you're all doing your dance party here in the background while you're watching this webinar rather than sitting in your chairs, because those small little bits of movement, whether it's stretching, walking, water exercise, which is my specialty, they really can lead to big improvements in how you feel and move and live in your daily life with arthritis. And movement isn't just for joints. Important to remember. There's a lot of mood boosting impacts to arthritis. It reduces chemicals that relieve pain, improves our mood. It can reduce cortisol, which is that bad stress hormone when things get really sideways. That really helps us manage our anxiety and tension, which is part of our everyday life. It improves our sleep. So it helps you reset your sleep-wake cycles, making it easier to fall and stay asleep. Super important when we all spend too much time on screens these days. And it promotes better quality sleep and more of it. And there is, I can say as a parent and many of you in your lives, there is no such thing as too little and too poor sleep, right? We all need better sleep. Movement isn't just for joints. Movement helps us reduce isolation. You might be the only person you know who lives with the kind of arthritis that you have, and you might be feeling like this is the only thing, you're the only person in the world dealing with this. It really helps you get out and recognize there are other people dealing with the kind of things that you are, so you can really build that community for support. It also breaks the chronic pain cycle. So when we're in pain, we feel fatigued, we're hurting, we don't move as much, our mood goes down, so then we move less, so then we're in more pain and we're in more fatigue. That's why they call it the chronic pain cycle. We get stuck going around and around. So movement really helps us break that cycle up so that we can feel really more effective in our daily lives. So finding your flow, creating a routine that works for you. This is the most important thing, because if it works for you, you're going to be able to do it. That's what we're here to help you do. All right, so how can we build a realistic routine? We want to make that movement part of our daily lives. So a really simple thing can be add it to your calendar like you would any other meeting. How can you prioritize your movement as much as the other things you have in your life? It also helps to make it really small. You know, if you've got a 10-minute appointment, it doesn't feel like as big a deal as a whole hour session. So how can you squeeze it into those times that you maybe think that aren't available to you? Like you can do your seated car dance line party when you're picking up your kids, or if you're waiting in line at the doctor's office. There's many 10-minute slices we have in our day. We can include a little more movement. And then thinking about choosing activities that require little to no equipment. You heard me talk about how I'm such a big fan of aquatic exercise. Obviously, you don't get to carry a pool around in your pocket, so that's one of the biggest barriers to aquatic exercise for people. But there are many things you can do without equipment. Remember that YES tool we talked about, the movement exercises, as well as your local physical therapist can help you create a safe, personalized plan. So that's that advantage to checking in with your healthcare provider, is they can give you some custom exercises just for you as well. All right, setting SMART goals. A not SMART goal would be, I am going to work out as hard as I can every day for the rest of my life, right? Because that is not really very realistic. So what do we mean by SMART goals? We want them to be specific, like a specific exercise. We want them to be measurable. Is it something I can tell if I did or not? We want them to be achievable. I don't think exercise, my best form of exercise would be like being a paratrooper or something, right? It's a kind of exercise that we can do. We want it to be relevant to us as individuals, and we want it to be time bound, because then we're more likely to do it. So examples of what a SMART goal would be, I will walk for 10 minutes after lunch, 4 days a week. I will stretch for 5 minutes before bed every night for the next 2 weeks. And we want to track our wins. So that is, I know it sounds super silly, but remember when you were a kid and you got like stars? Well, it's still a little endorphin rush when you as an adult get to put your sticker on your chart. And then at the end of your line, you can celebrate your progress, maybe with that expensive latte that you hate spending that money on. I will do my physical therapy exercises on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays this month. I will try one new low impact exercise class by the end of the month. So notice these are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound. SMART goals that really makes them better. Next slide, please. Some additional lifestyle adjustments that can really help you with this as well as an anti-inflammatory diet. Again, your healthcare provider can help you reach out to a nutritionist who can help you with that. Your healthcare provider might also have some other ideas for maintaining a healthy weight. I know there's a lot more medication options there these days, which again come from your healthcare provider. And increasing your water intake is something we all can do. Get one of those recyclable water bottles and carry it with you all the time. And then you can even add it to your little 10-minute calendar when you take your 10-minute session that you've added to your calendar. You can finish every 10-minute session with a swig of your water and help you get a little more water in. Next slide, please. I can't move when I hurt. So this is one of the biggest barriers that I hear, and I totally understand living with arthritis. And so what we're wanting to learn to separate is that sensation doesn't equal damage, right? Movement can feel hard when we're in pain, but it also helps us make us feel better in the end. So we never want to be causing any damage, but just because we feel something doesn't mean that we're hurting anything. Because remember, being tired from exercise is the goal. That's how we're getting stronger. So we want gentle activities that reduce stiffness, improve joint function, and ease pain over time. We are more likely to get those when we start small. So that 2 to 5 minutes of movement is probably not going to make us sore and really hurt. But if we did 2 to 5 hours of movement, that definitely is going to overdo it, right? So we're starting small. And remember that you are not alone. Everybody who's living with arthritis is dealing with this. And that's that advantage of trying to connect with community so that you recognize that there are resources for you and that it's part of what we have to deal with. And we're all better at it when we can do it together. Next slide, please, Aja. All right, so your movement guide for arthritis. Walk with Ease is one of the programs that the Arthritis Foundation has. And it's a multi-component program that you can take into your community, but it's something that you can absolutely do on your own because walking is available to all of us, right? You can hopefully walk out your door, you can go to a park. It includes health education, some stretching and strengthening and exercise that you can do in combination with your walks, some motivational strategies so that you don't feel necessarily like your walk is getting boring, and extra little plug for the Arthritis Foundation podcast because you can pop those in your ears and learn a little more about arthritis while you walk. And remember, there's lots of walking clubs in your community. So if you're not feeling like this is a good self-directed program for you, take the information from the Walk with Ease program and take it to your local walking club and meet some new friends. All right, biking. Great for your joints, right? You can do it indoors if you live somewhere up north where it's a little bit of a challenge. I said I was down here in Florida. We have the opposite problem. We want to bike in the air conditioning because it's so hot. But it is a really effective workout for people with arthritis. Because it is low impact, you get that exercise without putting strain on the joints. It especially strengthens your lower limbs, so your knees, your ankles, your feet, and research has shown that it really can improve the outcomes for hip osteoarthritis. You think about that action you're making with your legs when you're on the pedals, a lot of flexion for those hips, they're really working. So there are more resources on the Arthritis Foundation website. If you'd like to know more about cycling, please take a minute to look at those. And yes, this is the Arthritis Foundation video bank of exercises. There is a huge diversity of videos on there. So you can find ones that you heard me mention. Oh, you can go to your doctor's office. What are things you can do when you're waiting in line? What are things you can do when you're on your walk? There's all kinds of videos that you can access for free on the Yes tool. And they have all been designed in partnership with physical therapists so that you know they are safe for people who live with arthritis. All right, so our physical movement showcase, Fit and Strong, is now going to take a few minutes and tell you about their program and what it offers for people who live with arthritis. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thanks so much, Christa. This is Sue Hughes, and I'm just going to introduce myself quickly. I'm a professor at the School of Public Health at the University of Illinois, Chicago. It's a great pleasure for me to be here tonight to talk about our program that we designed and tested several years ago at UIC with a great team of people. It's my pleasure tonight. I am kind of recovering from a cold. It's my pleasure tonight to turn the rest of the overview of our slides to a wonderful colleague from UIC, Drew DeMott. Drew, would you like to introduce yourself? Hello.
Muted.
Drew? Okay.
I'm gonna unmute myself first. I think I'll unmute and then I'll speak and it'll go a little bit better. Can you hear me okay?
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you
Hi.
now.
I'm Drew. I'm a research specialist at the University of Illinois, Chicago, and I manage the Fit and Strong program with Dr. Hughes. So very excited to tell you a little bit about the program. Fit and Strong is a physical activity program that includes a self-efficacy component. You can think of self-efficacy as the belief you can accomplish a task. And we believe we're the only program that pushes these two together into one evidence-based program. Fit and Strong was designed for older adults that have painful lower extremity joints. And just briefly, the program is born out of Dr. Hughes's research. She conducted a study in Chicago years ago where she tracked older adults using long-term care services for many years. And one of the main findings was that people that had pain in their joints at the start of the study were more likely, much more likely to report disability at the end of the study. So Sue helped develop this program as a way to interrupt this cycle of people developing pain. And in response to that, they stop moving, they become sedentary, and then they become at risk for all types of other health issues because of that. Fit and Strong is a group-based program. It consists of 24 individual class sessions. Each of them are 90 minutes. We know it's a little long, but there's a reason we do it that way. And the program is offered either 2 or 3 days per week. It's really up to the organization and what works best for their schedule. Each class session includes 60 minutes of physical activity, emphasizing the lower body. And the exercise is made up of flexibility and balance exercises, low impact aerobics, and progressive lower extremity strength training that's tailored to each individual class member. So at the start of the class, the instructor works with each participant to find their own starting weight. And everybody progresses in that weight over the 24 sessions. Class also includes the self-efficacy component, which is 30 minutes of health education and group discussion. This is delivered through a structured 24-session curriculum, and it culminates with the participants developing a personalized maintenance plan for how they're going to stay active after the class is over. Fit and Strong can be offered at all types of sites, including senior centers, parks, libraries, really anywhere that has a room large enough to accommodate a class. It doesn't require a gym or a fitness center or anything like that. Program can also be offered online, which I can touch on in a bit. And it's led by either a certified exercise instructor or someone that's trained in another evidence-based program. And this can be people that are trainers for other Arthritis Foundation programs or CDC arthritis programs. So it's a great way for organizations to offer a menu of different programs and leverage the talent that they already have within their organization. Go to the next slide. Fit and Strong has a robust evidence base. It's been evaluated in multiple NIH, it's the National Institutes of Health, funded RCTs. It stands for randomized controlled trials. It's a type of study. And the findings have been published in multiple peer-reviewed academic journals. In addition to the outcomes below, the program also has very strong attendance and completion rates, so people like to show up for it. And the results show that Fit and Strong significantly improves lower extremity pain, joint function, and stiffness. It also increases lower extremity strength and mobility, and these are measured through physical timed performance measures. It also improves, not increases, improves depression and anxiety, and it increases self-efficacy for exercise and for arthritis management. And these results are achieved at 8 weeks. That's when the 24 sessions of the program ends, and they're maintained out to 18 months. That's as long as we have tracked people in the research studies we've conducted. So it has a relatively robust and durable effect for being a relatively brief program. And so it's pretty remarkable that we see these changes all the way out to 18 months. A lot of programs report findings out to 6 months, but 18 months is pretty remarkable. Also want to mention, we've recently developed Fit and Strong Plus, which is a physical activity and diet and weight management version of the program. This version is also recommended by the CDC, and we've published strong results on this project as well. We tested it in a study done here in Chicago, with over 400 adults with a largely Black or African American sample. The program is approved by the CDC. They recognize it as like an exercise-safe arthritis program, and it's approved by the NCOA and the ACL, and they recognize it as a falls prevention and a chronic disease self-management program. We can go to the last slide. And we just want to say that Fit and Strong is easy to implement. We can train instructors entirely online. Our manuals are available either in print or electronically. The program can be implemented fully in person, fully online, or in a hybrid manner where you have some people attending in person and some people joining online. And it's not here explicitly, but probably the most important thing is that Fit and Strong is fun. In addition to all the great health benefits that the people receive, participants find it a lot of fun and they find it social and they love to retake the class multiple times. Our website's here and we'll drop it in the chat if it's not already there. On our website, we have testimonial videos, we have links to our findings and publications and other resources. So if you're interested in learning more about the program, please feel free to reach out. We have a general email here, which we'll also drop in. And then we have direct emails for Sue and for me. So thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Drew and Sue. I really appreciate it. And we're moving now to the specifically active living everyday program from Human Kinetics.
Hello, my name is Jennifer Heinz, and I'm the National Accounts Manager for Human Kinetics. I'm also the Program Manager for our Active Living programs, which includes Active Living Every Day and Healthy Eating Every Day. Active Living Every Day is an evidence-based program published and supported by Human Kinetics. The program is based on the research study Project Active, which was conducted at the Cooper Institute, and several additional studies that are included in the third edition of Active Living Every Day. The program focuses on behavior change, not intense exercise. Our approach is unique because it addresses the root causes of inactivity rather than simply prescribing exercise. Participants are empowered to choose which physical activities they want to participate in and will learn and practice behavior change skills that support their journey to be more active. Active Living Every Day is designed to help inactive adults become and stay physically active by integrating movement into daily life. Extensive research shows that moderate physical activity equals significant health benefits, and lifestyle physical activity is an important alternative. People are more likely to become and stay active when they learn lifestyle skills based on their readiness to change. The 12-session curriculum is taught by trained instructors in a variety of settings. It has been successfully used in community health programs, park districts, hospitals, fitness centers, retirement communities, and grant-funded initiatives. Many organizations have recommended Active Living Every Day due to its strong research base, including the CDC, the National Council of Aging, and the Arthritis Foundation. Next slide, please. Why does Active Living Every Day work? The Active Living Every Day behavior change curriculum has been proven to support sustainable physical activity. Participants in the program will learn and practice behavior change skills, including overcoming barriers to physical activity, setting realistic goals, building confidence, and staying motivated. Active Living Every Day promotes lifestyle physical activity. This isn't a fitness boot camp. Lifestyle physical activity is an important way for anyone to fit physical activity into their lives every day, whether through activities such as gardening, biking, walking to the mailbox, or taking the stairs instead of the elevator, to more structured exercise, such as taking a dance fitness class. The key is that behavioral processes are used as the person incorporates physical activity into daily life. The program is adaptable for all levels of ability and comfort. Everyone is going to have different abilities and be at different stages in their readiness to change when they begin the program. Participants may be intimidated by gyms or even the thought of exercise, and that is okay. Active Living Every Day addresses this. Our kind and gentle approach lets participants ease into activity and gradually build the capacity to do more. The program offers flexible delivery options. It can be delivered in groups, online, via phone, or face-to-face coaching, which enables organizations to better reach participants like you. While lifestyle physical activity has been proven to be a successful alternative to exercise classes, this program can be an important complement for people who engage in structured exercise. For example, one of our longtime partners, the National Recreation and Parks Association, has used both Active Living Everyday and Walk with Ease together for a walk and talk program with great success. Active Living Everyday is a fantastic complement to any of the programs you are hearing about in this webinar. Next slide, please. Whether you're looking to get active yourself or part of an organization looking to support others, Active Living Everyday is a proven and accessible way to make it happen. To get started, individuals can look for a class through their local park district, YMCA, senior center, workplace, or healthcare provider. If there are no programs in your area, you can purchase the Active Living Everyday workbook at Amazon or at the Human Kinetics website and guide yourself through each of the behavior change lessons. Links have been added to the webinar chat box for more information about the program and to help anyone looking to find the workbook, as well as links for any organizations interested in offering the program in their community. I would like to thank the Arthritis Foundation for the opportunity to speak to you today about Active Living Every Day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. And we're going to hear from Enhanced Fitness next.
Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be with you today. My name is Paige Denison, and I oversee health and wellness work for Sound Generations, a multi-service community-based organization focused on the needs of older adults and people that are aging with disability. I'm really excited to introduce you to Enhanced Fitness tonight, a nationally recognized group exercise program designed specifically for older adults, including those living with arthritis. Enhanced Fitness was developed by the University of Washington, Group Health, a health maintenance organization, and Sound Generations, and it's been designated by the CDC as an arthritis appropriate evidence-based intervention like the other programs that you've heard from tonight. This means it's not just safe, it's proven to work. As noted on the slide, Enhanced Fitness is also federally designated as a fall prevention and cancer control program. Classes are led by certified instructors. They're offered in senior centers, YMCAs, park and recreation, housing, and health systems across the country. And they're accessible, affordable, and adaptable to all fitness levels and offered in a variety of ways. So on this slide, on the left-hand side, we see an in-person class in a school gym in Baltimore, Maryland. On the right-hand side, we see a small group live stream class in rural Maine. And in the middle, a combination or hybrid class that's in person and then streamed to folks at home with the support of a technology assistant. So lots of ways to do it and lots of ways to meet you where you are in your fitness journey. Next slide, please. So regular moderate activity is one of the most effective tools we have to manage arthritis, as Christa was talking about earlier. So let's talk about how Enhanced Fitness actually helps manage arthritis symptoms. I like to think of this kind of simple diagram as the patient's journey. And on this slide, we see that this starts with arthritis symptoms. It would include things like pain and stiffness and fatigue and limited range of motion. And then next, we want to think about, what does the patient experience? What do you experience by adding Enhanced Fitness into your routine regularly? Well, Enhanced Fitness combines 4 types of movement in every class session. So in every class, you're going to have cardiovascular or aerobic activity that improves your circulation and reduces inflammation. You'll have strength training for the upper and lower body using weights as appropriate. We do assessment to sort that part out with you. That builds muscle support around joints and improves stability. There's always flexibility work to loosen those tight muscles and increase range to reduce stiffness. And then there's balance exercises to lessen your fall risk and boost coordination. We also are a heavily studied program working out of the University of Washington. And in a randomized controlled trial, participants specifically with arthritis who completed 12 weeks of enhanced fitness saw significant reductions in stiffness and fatigue, improved upper body strength and mobility. And 67% of those participants ended up meeting the National Physical Activity Guidelines after completing the program, compared to just 34% in the control group. So let's look at that last box, health outcomes, the box we all want to get to, right? The improved health outcomes box, and see what's there for enhanced fitness participants with arthritis. Outcomes include reduced pain and stiffness, increased mobility and strength, increased energy, enhanced mood and confidence, fewer falls, and fewer healthcare visits. And the stories really speak for themselves. They're kind of small on the screen here, and I don't know if you can see them. So I'm going to read them to share with you just a couple of stories from class participants. Muriel, age 78, shared that thanks to my doctor's insistence, I joined a class a year ago. And at first, the hours seemed very long, and there were exercises I couldn't do. Now the hour goes by quickly, and I've gained new skills, and I feel good to do things that I couldn't do before. Another participant, Linda, age 69, said, I have high blood pressure, osteoarthritis, and an artificial knee. After 15 months of classes, I've lost 20 pounds. I feel stronger and more balanced than I have in decades. So these are real people experiencing real change. Next slide, please. So how do you join and get started and personalize that plan? Enhanced fitness is offered in 45 states right now, and many programs are free because of payment arrangements that the site has made. You know, possibly they have grants, other things going on, or they're covered by supplemental insurance. So, you know, you want to head on over to our program locator link at the top there, and we'll drop it in the chat as well, projectenhance.org/locations. And you can find classes, again, in senior centers, online. If it's online, it doesn't really matter where you live to be able to access it. In YMCAs, now we have a national agreement with YMCAs, so you don't need to be a member to participate in enhanced fitness classes at the Y. Instructors work with you to assess your fitness level and personalize a plan for you, whether you're managing joint pain, recovering from surgery, or just getting back into movement. Every class includes modifications for arthritis and chronic conditions. You really don't need to be fit to begin. You just need to begin. Jean, a longtime participant, shared that I was extremely weak when I started. I needed help getting out of the tub, and now I can do it with one arm. And I last longer on the dance floor with my husband. So that's the power of movement, and that's the promise of enhanced fitness. And I'll hand it back over to Christa. Thank you. So good to be with you.
Thank you so much, Paige. And last but not least, the Tai Chi for Health Institute.
Good afternoon, everyone. Evening. This is not afternoon. This is almost past my bedtime. My name is Bill Pickett, and I am a master trainer with the Tai Chi for Health Institute. I've got 35 plus years experience in Tai Chi and about 20 years experience in Dr. Paul Lamb's Tai Chi for Health Institute. And I've been a master trainer in his organization for the last 12 years or so. So to start this off at a very high level, so what is Tai Chi? Well, yes, Tai Chi is an ancient martial art, and it does combine slow flowing movements with meditation and breathing exercise. Now, it is a martial art, but has become more known these days as a health and wellness exercise. So let's have the scenario that somebody has suggested that you try Tai Chi. Well, what's your next step? You might do what most people do these days. You Google it. So what is Tai Chi? You get about 1 million hits or more. So maybe you decide you want to go to a medical resource like PubMed, and you Google Tai Chi. There are also many, many evidence-based articles about the benefits of Tai Chi and the practice. What you find is there are many different styles of Tai Chi. Some are more difficult to learn. Some are are easier to learn. Some have more healing benefits than others. So where do you start? Where do you go from here? Next slide, please. Tai Chi for Health organization and the Arthritis Foundation recommend the Tai Chi for Arthritis program. Now, little clarification, Tai Chi for Arthritis was the original name of the program, but over the last few years, there have been two programs combined, and now we have one common program, Tai Chi for Arthritis and fall prevention. I do want to clarify they are the same program. Okay. The program was developed by Dr. Paul Lamb. He is a retired medical doctor. He lives in Australia. He's an acupuncturist. He's also a 40-plus year master. And Dr. Lamb has suffered from severe arthritis since his early teens. And in his medical practice, let me back up just a bit. When he was going to medical school, he was introduced to Tai Chi by his father-in-law. Now, Dr. Lamb had been told that by the time he was 30 years old, he would be in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. He is 77 years old now, and that's his picture on the front right that you see on the screen. He moves better than most people who are 20 years old at 77. But he recognized the need in the patients in his medical practice that they needed a program like Tai Chi. He got so much benefit from practicing Tai Chi in his own medical problems that he felt like that he wanted to develop a program that anyone in the world could do. It'd be easy to do. It would be accessible for anyone. And so he chose Sun style. Sun style Tai Chi is known for its gentle movements, its upright stances, gentle stepping. It has natural breathing, and it includes healing Qigong movements. We'll do one at the end of the presentation. We'll do a couple of Qigong. So everything in the Tai Chi for Health programs, the Tai Chi for Arthritis and Fall Prevention program, is designed with safety in mind. And this program is especially designed for people with arthritis or balance or mobility issues. But I do want to clarify, you do not have to do arthritis. You do not have to have arthritis in the Tai Chi for Arthritis program. It is beneficial for anyone who actually wants to practice the program. It is supported by arthritis foundations around the world, and also the Center for Disease Control in the U.S., through the National Council on Aging, through the American Council on Living, and it is through the CDC and the NCOA, the National Council on Aging. It is the #1 funded evidence-based program. It is safe, it is adaptable, it can be seated or standing practice. Next slide. So how does Tai Chi work? The hardest part about learning Tai Chi is learning to relax. Physical benefits. It is an exercise program. It involves cardio. It involves building strength, flexibility. It's a weight exercise. Great for the slow movements, gently stretch and strengthen the joints over time. And this can lead to better range of motion. It actually leads to less stiffness. It leads to less pain. Less pain generally equals less medications. And if we can reduce medications for our participants in our classes, that's an awesome plus. That's a win-win for everyone. And it's not just physical benefits. There's also mental benefits. Many of the participants say that the rhythmic nature of Tai Chi, it lowers their stress, it helps them to feel more mentally centered. They develop better clarity, they have more focus, it calms the monkey mind. That little monkey that's running around in our minds all of the time. The Chinese say that we touch in our head, that we need to move the monkey down to our belly. So Tai Chi actually helps, gets us in touch with our parasympathetic nervous system. We also emphasize posture, alignment, body awareness, the structure, which leads to improved balance. Many people report fewer falls over time, more confidence in walking, and a general better sense of calmness in their life. We combine movement with breathing, posture, and mindfulness for whole body healing. Next one. So if you attend a Tai Chi for Arthritis and fall prevention class. It is very beginner friendly. There's no pressure. We have no competition in our classes. I always like to start my classes off with a statement from Arthur Ashe. Start where you are, use what you got, and do what you can. There's no special equipment, just flat shoes and comfortable clothing. We don't have to carry a swimming pool around with us. So safety, though, is the number one concern that we have in our classrooms. Dr. Lamb was very concerned about safety when he was developing the program. He also wrote a book, Teaching Tai Chi Effectively, and in the Teaching Tai Chi Effectively, one complete chapter was devoted to safety. All of our classes begin with gentle warm-ups. We end with cool downs at the end, and there's step-by-step instructions on the Tai Chi movements. All instructors have been trained in Dr. Lamb's stepwise progressive teaching method. They are aware of how to take each individual Tai Chi movement and how to break it down into smaller pieces and then put the smaller pieces back together for better comprehension and performing them. All of the movements can be modified to keep any participant in their zone. You can Tai Chi seated or standing. There's lots of repetition in our classes, movement and encouragement to actually continue to doing the Tai Chi. You will find whatever that you need in a social support organization in your Tai Chi classes. Everybody becomes like a little family. Everybody becomes like a little family in our classes. And there's no pressure. We don't expect everybody to do anything perfectly. One of the core ideas is just do the best you can and keep breathing. Typically, our classes the research has proven that if we run 16 classes, 16 individual class meetings, that produces the best outcome for our participants and the longest lasting outcome for our participants. These may be broken down into one class a week or two classes a week over 8 weeks. That's generally the structure of the class. Next slide, please. So where do you find out more information? So this is the information from the Arthritis Foundation website. Tai Chi is listed under physical activities. There's a couple of things that you can see on the Arthritis Foundation website to actually give you more information. First one is an intro video from Dr. Paul Lamb himself. He designed this video especially for the Arthritis Foundation. It's about 6 minutes in length. The second thing is there is a podcast, Mindful Movement, Tai Chi with Dr. Lamb. This is a 1-hour podcast where he goes into a lot more details about the Tai Chi for Arthritis program. And finally, if you are looking to find a class in your area, you can actually visit the website. Next slide, please. This is the Tai Chi for Health Institute website. And I've circled some things in the center of the left-hand side. That's our main website. There's lots of information. There's articles about Chi. There's more information about the Tai Chi for Arthritis Fall Prevention Program, all of the other health programs that's in Lamb's cadre. But if you select instructors, the box that's highlighted in circles says Find Certified Instructors, and this will take you to a search menu that you can find board certified Tai Chi instructors. And you can narrow this focus down to your city, your state, wherever you're located. I invite you to use the search if you're interested in finding instructors in your local area. I don't know if you can read on the website or not, but I did narrow this focus down when I did the screenshot just to the United States. And there are over 1,600 certified instructors in the Tai Chi for Health program, Tai Chi for Arthritis program that's in the United States right now. You can check on our website to find instructors. Also, please, can you check with the local chapters of the Arthritis Foundation, your area agency on aging, senior centers, retirement communities. I didn't list YMCAs, but there are classes at YMCAs, parks and recreation departments. It's listed in different states in different ways. So I encourage you to do some research if you're interested in finding more information about classes. You can also email service@tchi.org. That is our parent organization. TCHI is the abbreviation, Tai Chi for Health Institute. So again, you can email those folks with any questions that you may have. And I think it was going to make it in the quick chat box is that Dr. Lamb offers the first lesson of all of his Tai Chi for Health programs free on YouTube. And I think the link for the first lesson for the Tai Chi for Arthritis program is going to be posted in the chat box so that everyone can see it. So
Thank you, Bill,
that's
so much. I hope that the key takeaway you can take from all our speakers tonight is the most important thing is to find the movement that is right for you. Each of our speakers really presented some alternatives. And so you want to think about your kind of arthritis, you want to talk to your healthcare provider, and you want to choose the one that you think is going to be the most fun. We do have time for a couple questions, and so I'm going to moderate these for everybody. Question for Sue about the Fit and Strong program. I'm going to combine it into one long question. Does your program include weight or resistance training? And if someone lives in Canada, are they able to do your program with or without resistance training?
So we definitely include resistance training. We focus systematically on lower extremity strength training. We start where the individual is. We assess, kind of whether one leg is weaker or more painful than the other. And so it's very much of a customized. We agree with, the last presenter. Safety is very, very important to us. It has been, since we designed the program. So, we want to challenge people, but in a safe way, and build it up over time, starting very small. Our motto is, start low and go slow, which I think is what everybody's been talking about tonight. In terms of the Canada question, we would love to talk to somebody about opportunities to use a program in Canada, for sure. And I think that, we don't at the moment have trained instructors in Canada, but there is no reason why we can't find some and train them and make them available if there is an organization, or an individual who's interested.
Great. Thank you for that. There was also a question about osteoarthritis and is Fit and Strong appropriate for that program? I'm going to summarize this question by saying, since you're focused mainly on lower limb arthritis, that perhaps you might refer osteoporosis patients out. What is your feeling on that, Sue?
I think it's very appropriate for osteoporosis.
Excellent.
Our hallmark is safety. And if anybody has a specific issue or safety concern, we're able to customize the program for them. We have a trained physical therapist who's kind of like what we call her T trainer, who's worked extensively with older adults, and she's available anytime, we want to discuss customizing something for a participant who has a specific, issue.
Excellent. Thank you. Bill, we had two Tai Chi questions. One was suggestions for how you manage the memory aspects of Tai Chi. And along with that is, I know you gave the resources for where on the Arthritis Foundation we could find your Tai Chi resources, but as a memory exercise, could you please repeat them?
So the resources on the Arthritis Foundation are found under the physical, I forget exactly what the slide was. Can you back the slides up myself? Under the physical living section, just a second, I'm going to chat box up. I was answering, there we go. Yeah, the Arthritis Foundation Tai Chi is listed under physical activities, and you'll have to find the picture that actually, or the listing there that says how to learn Tai Chi to help your arthritis and overall health. And once you move the mouse pointer into that picture, Dr. Lamb's photo will come up, and that's the start of the video. The second one is one picture on the right with the lady holding the ball. That is a Tai Chi posture, by the way. If you click on her picture, that will actually lead you to the podcast website listed. That is the Tai Chi for Health Institute. And I actually gave two websites. I abbreviated that on the last slide. So www.tch will get you to the same place as www.Tai Chi for Health Institute. The names on the webs have been duplicated. Did that answer the question?
Yes, Bill. And then because Tai Chi has so many moves and it can be hard for us to remember the tiger shining through the bamboo and all the names and all the moves, what suggestions do you have for us to work with our Tai Chi and our memory?
Well, I was just answering John's question online. Is that one of our Chi for Health programs is actually Tai Chi for memory. So that is actually that would be a good start. Another possible answer is that if in the originally when people start trying to learn a traditional Tai Chi form, such as one of the long forms, it may take 1 or 2 or 3 years to learn that entire form. For arthritis form, in the basic form, there's only 19 moves. And many of those are repeated in each direction. So not so many moves for you to remember. And it really doesn't matter whether you're going the right direction or not. Our intent is just so, if you get the moves, just smile and do something. That's what we tell people to do. Don't stop.
Right. Just do something. Good suggestion.
Yes.
Thank you.
Question.
All right. We are at time.
I think I saw one thing in chat, if I could.
Yes.
Someone asked if there were for arthritis programs that were online. Okay. If you go to the search menu that I actually pointed out on the For Health Institute website, there is a box there that you can actually search for online classes. Okay? So if you want to find online Tai Chi classes, you can find instructors that are actually offering classes through Zoom. Many of our instructors offer Zoom classes all the time.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for your time and attention today. I would just like to ask our speakers to unmute themselves and just give everybody a send off with a closing thought, please. We could do a popcorn style. We could all say our closing thought at the same time. It is a very community activity. So if you could, as speakers, say your closing thought, what would it be?
This is Sue. My closing thought would be just do it. Okay, find out what's available, try something out. If it doesn't work for you the first time, there's other alternatives. The key thing is trying something and being active and, experimenting until you find, the right program for you.
Excellent.
I'd just like to thank the Arthritis Foundation for the opportunity to present tonight. And Christa, I think you said it very well, and we say this in our Chi classes many, many times. Motion is lotion for the joints. So you said it. Get up and move. That's the best we can do.
Excellent. Yes.
This is Jennifer with Active Living Every Day, and I highly agree with everything that they just said, and I really appreciate the opportunity to talk to you all tonight. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me. My email address is jenniferh@hkusa.com, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have about our program, Active Living Every Day. Thank you.
Thank you.
And this is Paige from Enhanced Fitness. And I think my closing comments are just start. Just start by doing something, keep showing up, trying different things. All of the classes on here are great, as well as Walk with Ease and other alternatives that were mentioned earlier. Find your thing and just keep doing it, and you're going to feel better. Listen to your body. Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank you.
And as the aqua person, I would say you can do all of these things everyone presented tonight, and you can take them to the pool. So don't forget, you can do them when wet and dry as well. So if you have any questions for us at the Arthritis Foundation, here is our phone number, our email address, and these are the programs that we can especially, or issues, excuse me, we can especially help you with, such as better understanding your disease, some help with your insurance coverage, especially hook you up with your local arthritis foundation that can help you meet other people with arthritis. And we would love to see you get involved and volunteer As a reminder, again, this presentation will be put up on the Arthritis Foundation YouTube channel, so you can access it there. We'd love it if you'd subscribe, because then you'd get more of these presentations, and it will also be on the Arthritis Foundation website under the webinar section, and you can access it there. So thank you so much, everybody. Oh, and our next webinar, excuse me, I did not know this one was coming up, managing pain and pain beyond medication. So this is a great segue, because it takes what we talked about tonight with movement and gives you even more ways to stay off of and or potentially reduce your medication, which those of us who live with arthritis is always a challenge. So you can register for that on our website, and we hope to see you August 21st for that. Thank you so much, everybody. And please look for the follow-up survey. We would love your feedback and know what kind of programs you would like us to provide in the future.
Thanks so much. Bye.
Beautiful job, guys. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. And I will email you soon.
Thank
Thanks
you
so
all
much.
so much.
Thank you,
Pleasure.
guys.
Have a lovely
Pleasure.
evening.
Nice meeting
Yes.
you. Take care.